And Israel is once again in the spotlight over its contentious judicial reforms. And ahead of a key court hearing today, the demonstrators gathered outside the Supreme Court in Jerusalem to protest against the controversial judicial overhaul by Netanyahu's hardline government in the country. While thousands of demonstrators took to the streets in a build-up to a court hearing scheduled on a pivotal clause of the reform package that have triggered a nationwide uproar for months now.
Because today it's the beginning of a process in which the Supreme Court of Justice in Israel is really under immediate danger from this corrupt government, and we need to stop it right now.
Well, for the first time in Israel's history, the whole 15-judge Supreme Court bench will hear an appeal against the judicial amendment which was passed in the month of July. The overhaul, led by Netanyahu's government, has plunged the country in the worst political crisis that Israel has seen in years. The reforms have drawn months of criticism over concerns that they hurt the independence of the court. Not only this, it also weakens the democracy in the country and encourages corruption. Well, the opposition leaders have accused Netanyahu of trying to use the proposed legal overhaul to quash possible judgments against him. The Israeli Prime Minister is currently on a trial for corruption charges, which he clearly denies. The Netanyahu camp has maintained that the overhaul is needed to ensure that the court does not exceed its powers. Meanwhile, the critics say that the reasonableness clause of the bill states that the courts cannot hear cases or issue orders against the elected officials on the basis of that bill.
לאורך הגדר בגבול הדרום, בגבול ישראל-מצרים. הוריד את המחירים, את יוקר המחיה.
We still on with the story now. Now, since January 2023, there have been large scale of demonstrations taking place across Israel, and we've been closely tracking all of this here on WION. Well, in response to the ruling government's push for a wide-ranging judicial overhaul, there have been non-stop demonstrations taking place in Israel for the past few months. And in the next few minutes, we take you back in time and tell you how these demonstrations started and where do they exactly stand now. Well, Netanyahu's government announced the judicial overhaul plan on the 4th of Jan. Meanwhile, the first protest against plans to reform the judiciary was on the 7th of Jan. Apart from this, on 13th of February, the Israeli President Isaac Herzog made a rare televised plea for consensus on the bill. And just the day after, U.S. President Joe Biden, he asked the people in Israel for a consensus before pushing through far-reaching changes. Meanwhile, thousands of demonstrations have also been taking place near the Israeli parliament for weeks. And on 13th of March, the Knesset passed a bill making it harder to impeach Netanyahu, for which he has charges of corruption. And on 14th of March, the Knesset advanced its first reading on the judicial changes bill. Meanwhile, on 20th of March, Netanyahu delayed ratifying reforms until April end. And on 26th of March, Netanyahu then fired his defense minister, Yoav Gallant, and there were huge demonstrations that took place after this move by Netanyahu in the country. On 1st April, weekly demonstrations started taking place across Israel. And on 26th of June, a bill to revoke reasonableness standard bill was passed in the Knesset. Meanwhile, on 24th of July, the first measure of reform to prevent judges from striking down government decisions took place. And currently, 12th of September, 15-judge SC bench will convene and hear appeals in the country.